Chattanooga. We are Bible indeed. Have mercy. We have come through 2022 and we are now in 2023. I don't know about you all, but I am on fire in 2023. Check out my pink hat. Check it out, y'all. I am wearing this pink hat today because there are some survivors out there. You all have went through cancer time after time, some of you, and you have survived it. But we are here on WPTP today with the one and only Anita, Diane, Pink Ice, whatever you want to call it, McAfee, to talk about her new business, or not so new, but the one she founded and what they are doing in Chattanooga and all over this nation to bring about the awareness and prevention, even breast cancer and women in particular African American women, because we're going to find out why this so important that African American women in particular, because it seems like the statistics are alarming when you talk about the rates of cancer in African Americans versus other nationalities. So we're going to let her dive into that. But I first want to tell you all it is a pleasure to be here on WPTP 100.1 FM, where we promise to engage, educate, and empower our community through our social media platforms and through our on the air radio station that is broadcast all over the world. We're not only local, but we are statewide, we are national, and we are also international. You can get us on our website at WPTP 101 or 1001fm.com. You can join our Facebook page at WPTP 100.1 FM radio. You can look at all of our broadcasts anytime you want on our YouTube channel because we archive every show on WPTP 100.1 FM. And guess what? Y'all, we so good. We're even on Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, you can find us at WPTP Radio Chat, and that's WPTP RADIO Chat CHATT. And on Instagram, on WPTP Radio Chattanooga. Spelled Chattanooga all the way out. Y'all, we are extremely excited because nobody does it like WPTP. Yes, we are a Black owned radio station that was started to empower our community and engage all the people in our community so that we can have a better understanding of how we can work together, play together, live together, and have a better society. And we give anybody and everybody that wants an opportunity to come on this station and talk about what they're doing to empower you. So, on that note, I want to say thank you. Thank you for our special guest today, Miss Anita Diane Pink Eyes McAfee, right? That's it, McAfee. Thank you for coming on our show. And I'm so excited about what you're doing. Yes, I've never seen it done this way. So now you're an African American female and you have survived breast cancer not once, but twice. And you have been in remission now for how many years? Since 1996. Wow. So that means not only does God have something in store for you, but He also has something for you to do. I always say, when God gives us that second chance in life or that new birth of life, that He's not finished with us. And when God is not finished with us, it should be our, I guess you would say, our passion to find out what it is that God wants me to do. He's kept you around. You're 65 and you look gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. You've reached that retirement age. We don't even talk about that right now. But guess what? God has given her purpose. She knows what that purpose is. She's purpose driven. And I tell you, when I look at her today, I know a lot of things about what you went through. You know a lot of things about what I went through, but it don't show. You look good. God keeping you. He's keeping you. So tell me, this sisters network of Chattanooga. Talk to me or talk to the audience about what this is and what all you got in store for us, how you affiliated on the national level.
Well, on the national level, um, I am, of course, an affiliate chapter. Sisters Network Chattanooga, Sisters Network um, national chapter was based on a vision from our CEO and founder, Karen Jackson. She was diagnosed with cancer. She didn't see anyone that was like her,
Mm,
African American. We all go through, we have pains, we hurt, we go through chemo radiation, we all do that the same. But there are some things that is quite a little different.
mhm.
It's good when you see some familiar face.
Yes,
Sister, you can support one another.
yes,
When you have a circle, something that my bishop said last Sunday, Bishop Wallace, um, you got to know who you're partnered with.
mm.
Whoever
Come
you
on, somebody. Come on,
partner.
y'all.
So if you're going through, family's going to be there, your friends are going to be there, but another sister that have gone through is going through the same thing that you are. For instance, the late um, Martha Adams, when I first arrived at Olivet Baptist Church, I was just diagnosed. And
Mm,
I had my family, sure enough, but I had Bishop Adams and his wife, Cynthia Adams, that I confided in.
mhm,
But it was his mother and another mother, Barbara Woods, that shared their survivorship with me. Now, since Barbara Woods is still alive and Mother Adams is not, but she lived so many years beyond her diagnosis.
mm,
She
mm.
lived a good life.
Yes,
She lived a prosperous life.
yes, she did.
So many people were affected and touched by her.
Yes.
I was touched so much when she shared her story and told me how long she had been a survivor. When you tell me I'm an African American woman and we die more than any race,
Yeah.
that's
Ooh,
a
yes.
devastating thing to say to someone.
Right.
And I
Mm.
had small kids and a divorcee, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to be here. Nobody can do my children. Nobody can raise my children.
Say
Nobody can
that again.
like I am about my children, but me. And when she shared her story,
Mm.
I knew there was a chance. I knew there was a God,
Yes, it
but I knew
is.
there was a chance. And so um, I looked up on some kind of way. I ran across this network and I heard Karen's story, and all that pink just excited me. I was
Mm.
excited. I was a sister of the Black Angels at that time. Well, no, they're no longer in existence, but they gave me one name and nothing was chocolate about me. Uh, but I was a breast cancer survivor, so I said, let's flavor my name as pink. And it's going to be an ice because I'm a diamond.
All right
Pink
now.
is from the rough, and it's shown up. So, they had to accept that. And that's how I got the name Pink Ice. But I heard Karen's story. I heard her vision.
Mhm.
Vision being perished.
Amen.
There's a lot of truth to that, you all. You got to see visions. You got to dream dreams. We need to do that. And you want to turn your ministry, your vision into a ministry. Let me rephrase that. Whatever you can, what has paid you, turn that thing around. So
Mm.
not only you,
Ooh,
but
yes.
others.
Mm.
So I talked to the national office through way of conversation. I just talked to the CEO and founder of Sisters Network. I've been in existence since 2009. When my mother went into the so did I.
Mm.
So did my dream, and so did my passion. But I'm a survivor, and I'm coming out. And I'm going to have the memories.
We got a little technical issue here we're gonna deal with. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So those memories that I had when my mother was alive, I'm gonna take those and
Mm.
cherish them, and I've already embedded them in my heart. I want you guys to help me be a part. Let's recognize the women, not only African American women, but there are men out there. I
Mm.
don't care if you're black, white, you're a sister, you're
Right.
a brother. We've
Mhm.
gone through the same things, and we all are survivors. But it's still built on the foundation of that one vision and that one lady called Karen. We're
Mm.
gonna bring her to Chattanooga this year.
All right, now I'll be there. I
This
will
year.
definitely be there.
So you know we have a walk coming up.
You tell us about the walk.
So the walk is in Houston, Texas, and I've gone before. As a matter of fact, I lost my mom as I was getting ready to leave out to go to Houston, Texas. And
Mm.
as they were making burial plans, I was in the plane because they were like, "Go on, this is what mom would have wanted."
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh, wow.
but the walk is like no other. Tens and tens of thousands of women of all colors,
Mhm.
Asian, African American, Caucasian, all colors, all over the country, all over the United States come in
Mhm.
and you walk.
That's the way it should be.
And it's so when you see it, you cry. The tears of
Mm.
joy just flow. All that pink. You got the pink limousines that come through. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my God. And I
Wow.
tell you, when we bring Karen this year, we're gonna have that pink limousine and we rolling in it.
All right, y'all
We're
heard that.
rolling in it,
Look for the
Eleanor.
pink limousine
Look
because it's
for it
coming.
because she's gonna roll in it from the airport. She's gonna roll in it all through the city. We're gonna paint this city pink.
All right.
All right?
All right. I love that. And so tell me a little bit. You said in your organization, you're the
Mhm,
founder, the
mhm,
CEO of the local branch
mhm,
here in Chattanooga,
mhm,
and you got activities planned, or you will release those plans here soon.
right,
So, can you give us
mm,
a little idea of what these
okay.
plans are? Just a couple.
Well, we have 12 events in a year, so I'm behind. We're in January, but, I'm gonna consider this as my first unofficial event. Uh, but one major one that I love the most, and I was trying to get my nephew Brandon, he's with Full of Salt. Those are my
Mm,
biker brothers and sisters. They
okay.
come together always for common
Mm,
goals. They're gonna be there to support anybody. And when I tell you I
wow.
had so many of those guys, women and men, they show up every year, and I typically have it in September because I like to get out of the way of the churches and everyone else
Mhm.
that hosts their events in October.
Yes, yes.
So I get out of your way and I come in September. And the block walk is normally in an urban community.
Mhm.
We go door to door, sharing pamphlets, asking those individuals, have you had your mammogram? On a national level, our goal is to help people that can't don't have insurance, help them with their copays,
Right.
encourage them to go and get checked. We've had 18-year-olds. We've had a 15-year-old
Mm.
that we talked to. They had a lump.
Wow.
You never know whose path you're gonna cross.
And you know what? I would love, as the president of Autumn Park Development
Mhm,
Corporation, I'll go on record to say that this community out here in Alton Park,
mhm,
we would love to be one of your partners in
mhm,
that event, and even to the point to where you'd have a workshop
mhm.
here
Okay.
at our facility,
Mhm,
and we would get the people in this community to come and they can get educated
mhm.
about breast
We
cancer
can do
and
that.
ways to prevent it,
Mhm,
ways to detect it
mhm,
early at
mhm,
home
mhm,
yourself by doing your
mhm,
self-examinations,
mhm,
all and also the resources that are out
mhm.
there
Right.
for people that they don't know. So let me ask you this. Now you were talking about people, not having the funds
Mhm,
to take care of themselves once
mhm,
they find out they've got the cancer. So what are some of those resources that people can reach out to that they may not know? Because sometimes
mhm,
people say it's a death center.
mhm,
But it doesn't have to be, as
mhm.
you know very well know
Right,
yourself.
right.
So what are some of those resources that are out there available to people if they need it?
One particular is Sisters Network National Office. We do have funds available, and we do have um, applications that we can complete. If a woman wants a mammogram and can't pay for it,
Mm,
then we'll provide the funds for that. You have Susan G. Komen. We're going to use every resource available.
okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, you have to have a primary care doctor. That's your gatekeeper. And it starts with that doctor. You open that door, that gate, and it starts there with them, and they send you to just different places.
Right.
You know, if there's a knot, there's a concern. If there's a bump, there's a concern. But fear should never be the option.
Right.
So not only that, when I had Sisters Network here in Chattanooga, we was trying to find funds, and then it got to be where, "Can you pay my light bill? Can you pay my rent?
That's
Can you
not
do
your
this?"
purpose.
Well, we tried to have it be our purpose, but you can't pay rent forever when there
Right.
are other resources at the city and the state level and the government at the governmental
Mhm.
level have afforded for us, even now that
Mhm.
COVID has hit and gone or
Mhm.
here again. So we don't wanna relive that, but we want to educate, like you said,
Yes.
get our sisters back into to the community,
Mhm.
working. Let's build your own business.
That's
Let's
it.
be your own boss. Sure, we've gone through breast cancer. We battled the chemo, the radiation, and you may not want to go back into the workforce full force. So become your own boss. So there are other things that I want to do other than paying your
Mhm.
rent. We're
Mhm.
gonna do the doctor all day. We're gonna find ways for you to get the medical help you need. But let me help you get back into the workforce. We already have um, these things available.
Yes.
So my goal is to know what all of those organizations are, where they exist, and how
Mhm.
we need to go about getting you there. The thing is in the mind. We can't be what we have been told we are diagnosed with. We can't have that fear, and we're not gonna lay down and die unless that's your purpose. But that's not my goal in life. And if you come across me, I'm gonna speak life into that dead situation. And we're coming out of it.
All right.
We're coming out.
All right. So, I'm just, I'm really at this point, after listening to you
Mm,
and the passion that I'm here coming from you,
mhm.
I am really motivated and energized to be there to help you,
Praise God.
because, and that's something we all need to do. If you don't do nothing for one thing, you got 12. If I was going to pick out one month
Mhm,
out of those 12 months that I'm gonna
mhm,
be totally dedicated to
mhm,
helping you with, that's what I'm gonna do. Because that God calls us all to be
mhm,
there for one another,
mhm,
to bear each other's burden,
mhm,
you know. And
mhm.
you have to carry your own cross,
Right.
but we're supposed to be there to bear one another's burden.
Well, now, of course, we'll be looking for sponsors, but in this facility, being your friend, being one of your girlfriends, I've been all over this facility, and I would love to bring Caroline here
Yes.
right from the freeway while she's fresh, have her to come in and talk. I would love for us to have a book signing,
Workshops, all that
workshops,
stuff.
but most importantly, there's an awesome banquet area that I had a chance to taste, and I would love to have an event there.
And you know what? She's talking about the event hall that we have here, and since you've been here,
Mhm.
I gotta take you there today
Okay.
because we're here in the building.
Mhm,
We have done some magnificent work.
mhm,
When you were here the last time, we didn't have the LED crystal lights.
mhm,
We didn't have the whole community room broke out
mhm,
where there's a big bar area over
mhm,
there
mhm.
and community pool tables and all that stuff.
Alright.
So we have increased the size
Mhm,
almost double,
mhm,
and it is absolutely amazingly
mhm,
beautiful. And I always tell people when I get on the air,
mhm,
I thank God for those commissioners.
mhm,
Those 9 commissioners then, it wasn't 11 because
mhm.
they hadn't changed it yet,
Right.
that spoke up
Mhm,
and voted
mhm.
to give us the funds to do the restorations that
Mm,
we've been able to do in this facility.
awesome,
We were
awesome.
awarded $150,000. We
Mhm,
needed new in air.
mhm,
It's comfortable in here now.
mhm,
We needed, our roof was leaking. It was
mhm,
raining in the building. You have to
mhm,
put your umbrella up if it was
mhm,
raining. We needed so many things done to this facility because it was built in '63.
mhm,
And why is Dr. Wood so passionate about Piney Wood Elementary School? Number one, it's historic.
mhm,
It was built in 1963
mhm,
at the height of the civil rights movement for black children only. They didn't call us black.
mhm,
They called us colored,
mhm,
for colored children only.
mhm,
Everything was segregated.
mhm,
And back then, There wasn't no heating and air systems in here. It
Mhm.
was chillers.
Mm.
And so you think about from 63 to 2022, 2023 now, those chillers were not functioning. So in the summertime, we
Mm.
burn up.
Mhm.
We have to have fans and
Mhm.
all this stuff. And in the winter, we freeze. We have
Mhm.
to have portable heaters. So it just wasn't realistically, it wasn't a good place where people could come and gather and do
Mhm.
the things that we're able
Mhm.
to do now. So I always thank those men and women that stood firm and said yes
Mhm.
because they could have said no.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And so I always give kudos to them. And we had a big event back in December where we
Mhm.
had the Secretary Award Gala that we do every year.
Mhm.
And those commissioners, some of them were here
Mhm.
and they were just in awe. And I said, see, when God does something powerful as He did, when He utilized your vote,
Mhm.
this is the outcome.
Mhm. Bring 'em back.
Yeah, this is the outcome.
Mm.
And they was just so, just really overwhelmed with beautiful. This is a beautiful building anyway. It was built solid. Everything is cedar block in here. The building is brick,
Mhm.
sitting on 8 acres of land, and we've got a huge playground and just a ball field out there, basketball court. We have, I mean, you just gotta come out here.
So I tell
And
you what we're gonna do. We're gonna plan to have a block walk here.
okay,
We're just gonna make this our home base,
make it
and
your
it
home
may
base.
be that one of my offices or my office can be here.
Yeah, we've got
Um,
20 something rooms out here, and
right.
now that you mentioned that, um, we have several organizations that are in the midst of going through their board proceedings on
Mhm.
coming and being a part of this building because you
Mhm.
all do know it's Black-owned and operated.
Right.
That this
Mhm.
building was, I bidded on it in an auction about 6 or 7 years ago and won the auction by default for $1. Yes, I tell everybody that. It's why you tell everybody what because God wants me to testify
Share.
and share
Yeah.
the goodness and
Mhm.
mercy and
Mhm.
grace, and He wants us to know that if it had not been for God, He took it from a church.
Mhm.
He took it from a church. The church won the bid for 25,000,
Mhm.
but he took it from a church and put it back in the hands of Autumn Park Development Corporation,
For $1.
using me as that
Mm.
vessel
Mm.
to stand in front of those school board members and have the audacity to ask for this 48,000 square foot facility sitting on 8 acres of land for $1
Mm.
to show you the power of God.
Mhm.
Don't think that God don't have the power to move mountains.
And he
He
does.
parted the Red Sea. Come on, people.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
God is omnipotent. He's omnipresent.
Mhm.
He's the most powerful. And whatever He wants for you to have, and if you want it, if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed, and you believe it in your heart, and you're in His will, then consider it done. So this bid for this building through me for Autumn Park Development Corporation, which is the nonprofit organization
Mhm.
that I'm president over now, it was meant for our people. Why you say our people, Dr. Woods? Because it's our people, not just Black people when I
Mhm.
say our people.
Right.
I'm talking about our people, meaning Black folks,
Mhm.
white folks, Hispanic folks, anybody
Mhm.
that needs help and assistance.
We the
They
people.
my people.
Right.
You
We the
understand what I'm
people.
saying?
Right.
We the people.
Mhm.
And wasn't nobody gonna carry that out better than a girl named Dr. Eleanor Woods, born Eleanor Woods, because of the life challenges that God put me through, and He knows I'm faithful, and whatever He puts in my hand to
Mhm.
do, I'm gonna carry through. I'm not perfect. Yes, we all slip and fall.
Mhm.
But if you're in God's will,
We
He's
get
not
up.
gonna let you stay down. You're
We
gonna
get
get
up.
back up.
We get up.
And so, for all of you all who have been there waiting, not just waiting, but have given to this organization. And what touched my heart was we had a repast here a couple of weeks ago,
Mhm.
and a Black lady, she looked to be about 70 or 80 years old. She was part of that family, and she had left because it was over. got down the street, and she came back in, and she said, "I just wanna speak to you." And I
Mm.
said, "Okay, yes, ma'am." And she said, "I got down the street on my way home, me and my husband, and God touched my heart
Mm.
and said, 'Go back
Mm.
to that building
Mm.
and hand that woman a $1,000 check
Hush. Yeah.
to support this facility.'"
Mm.
Now we done
That's
got
what
a
I'm
lot of
talking about.
money,
That's what I'm talking about.
but not like that,
Not like that.
not like that. It is something about God when He does something and when He touch you in a special way. It's something about when He touch you, you gonna know that He touched you. And I said,
Mhm.
"Well, how do you want me to apply this?" Because we got lots of programs. You all go to our website. It's APDC. That stands for Auto Park Development Corporation. APDC 98, that's the year we were formed, .org. And hit the donate button. A whole plethora of things will fall out the sky on where you can donate your money to.
Mm.
You can donate $1 to. It don't matter. You can use your credit card, you can use your bank card, you can use whatever card you got.
Mhm.
And if you don't have a card, you can mail it to us. But just know that every dollar that you give will go to support organizations like Sisters in Network, Chattanooga, and other organizations. And just know that right now and in the past, since I've been here since '98,
Mhm.
that this black woman y'all looking at has never taken a nap.
She's true to her word, I can tell you that.
So,
So,
you can hang with me, but don't let me lose you,
mm.
because I'm gonna go some places that you might can't go.
Mm.
But I'm on board with
Mhm.
Autumn Park Development Corporation because it's a mission from God.
Mhm.
That's my purpose. As long as I'm here to provide for God's people,
Mhm.
whatever ways that may be. Yes, He blessed us with the radio station through me.
Mhm.
I founded this radio station. And when I had my stroke
Mhm.
last year in July, there I was laying in the hospital bed. I didn't know I had a stroke.
Mm.
In fact, I was looking for a home, and I'm
Mm.
not gonna belabor this because most of y'all have already heard the story.
Right.
But I was looking for a home in Dawson to be close to my office, and I started feeling saliva build up in my mouth, and I couldn't swallow fast enough. It was just building up so fast. And then the gentleman, the owner of the home, said, "Dr. Woods, are you okay?" And I said, "I don't think so." And he said, "Well, who can we call?" I said, "Call my daughter Megan," gave him his number, gave him her number, and I woke up in the hospital in
Mm.
Dawson with doctors smacking me in my face,
Devastating
waking
time.
me up, saying, "Dr. Woods, you know where you are?" And I
Mm.
looked around and I was still confused. And I said, "No." And they said, "You're in Hamilton, ER. You've had 2 major grand mal seizures. And we've got to figure out, we got to take a scan and see what's going on with your brain." And when they finished the scan, it came back out and had a stroke.
Mm.
And I said, "Well, if I've had a stroke, doctor, I'm not paralyzed, my speech is not slurred, I'm not lopsided, I'm not disfigured,
Mm.
I can still move everything. I feel like I'm smarter now than I
Mm.
was before." And, said, "You're one of the most blessed women that I've ever met."
Amen.
He said, "You had your stroke in a part of the brain where there's nothing going on."
Mm.
Now you all know I had to have a talk with God.
Mhm.
I said, "God, okay, what is it? Because I know you brought me through that
Mhm.
so I could do what? Why did you take me through that?" It's a long story, but the moral of the story is God has provided for this organization in a lot of ways, but I know He's used me tremendously. And whenever I get stressed out or whatever, He does not want me to get stressed out. He said, "This battle
Right.
is mine, the
Mm.
Lord. It's not yours.
Mm.
Don't you get stressed out about
Mm.
nothing. I gave you the building for $1. And when you went down to pay the $1, the man that was supposed to take the dollar said, 'God got that.' You got a building for me for 0 for my people.
Mm.
Why are you upset and I'm stressed about anything that's going on in the city?" He said, "The radio station? Oh, you thought you wrote the 10-page dissertation to the FCC to get a license to have a radio station?" He said, "That was
Woo!
me.
Mm,
I opened up the doors
mm,
at the FCC and
mhm,
made it possible for you
mhm,
to walk right in and get a radio station. That
mhm,
wasn't you, that was me."
mhm,
He said, "So whatever it is that you're stressed out about them not giving your organization money," he said, "I am the same God
thank God,
that can touch the heart of any man
thank God.
and make whatever amount of money they got go."
Mm,
He said, "But I didn't want you to get it that way." He said, "I wanted you to feel every penny, every dime that you get so you will appreciate it, and I want the people of the community to buy into Autumn Park Development
mhm,
Corporation. I want them to donate. But Imma leave you with a little seed
mm.
because we had got turned down for $3.5 million from the city mayor and
I
the county mayor.
remember.
But he
Yeah.
left me some seed money. When I came back out of that stroke, I took a little trip to California, you know, and while I was there, he spoke to me. He said, "Go speak to Sabrina Smedley, the chairman of the board of Hamilton County
Mm,
Board of Commissioners. Go call Jeter, the other commissioner, Catherine Jeter."
mhm. My friend.
Yes, talk to both of them. I
Mhm,
want Smedley to put you on the agenda, tell her what it's about. You're gonna ask for 450,000. You're not gonna ask for 2.5 million. I said, huh? He said, Jeter is gonna read the resolution. I said, but gosh, she's not my commissioner. I don't care. She's gonna be the one to read.
mhm,
And I spoke to every commissioner, said, don't worry about the 3.5 million. We just asked for 450. And here are the estimates for new roofing, for heating and air. And God blessed us with a little bit for restoration.
mhm,
Here is the $450,000 that we need,
mm.
and some of them wanted a 2,
God.
and it was so hot in here in August
Mhm.
that when they left out there, it was just drenched with sweat.
Ready to donate.
I said, "That's why we need it here."
Mhm,
I said, "You see all the leaking in the building and the tiles falling in?" I
mhm,
said, "We need a roof."
mm,
And so when we went before them, we got put on the agenda. She'd have read the resolution. Sabrina Smedley put us on the agenda. All of the commissioners already had an email from me and had talked to me personally,
mm,
and some had visited here. We were on one accord.
mm.
That was God that
That's
pulled
God.
it together.
That's God.
That was God that pulled it together.
That's God, you guys.
So don't tell me that Republicans and Democrats can't work together. Because if it's for the common good of
On
mankind,
mankind.
yes, we can come
Mm.
together and we can solve any problem that we have in this world. Don't let politics divide us.
Right.
Don't let it happen.
Don't. Mm,
And so we had the Republicans and the Democrats working together to take care of this community and to make sure that we have a facility here, not for Dr. Woods, because I'm gonna die. You know, I did what I did. I
mhm,
did what I did. What did I do? Push it right back to the community.
mhm,
I gave it back to the community. Why? Because I'm gonna die one day.
mhm,
What am I gonna do
mhm.
with it? But the people in this community will always need
A
the
place.
historic
Yeah.
Hollywood Elementary School, which is now Chattanooga City Center and
Mm,
Mountainside,
mm.
till the God comes back to claim us.
Look at
So
all of that.
we this building belongs to you.
Mm. Look at that. Look
That
at the
is a
bar.
picture of our uh, event hall where we have expanded it. We have a huge bar area over there now. Uh, it's just amazing. Pool tables, chandeliers, floors that's so beautifully I guess you could say, mopped and waxed, that you can see yourself in it. I mean, it is warm. It is just the most thank you, God.
Thank you, Lord. Yes.
Thank you, Lord,
Mm,
for seeing that you could use me as a vessel to
mm,
do your will for your people and the labor in your field, on your battlefield. Thank you for using me.
mhm,
And so the message to everybody is when you see Anita, Diane, Pink Eye, McAfee, who is on the battlefield for the Lord for mankind in the area of breast cancer
Most
awareness.
definitely.
She survived it twice. Help her. Be a part of what she's doing. Donate to her cause because it's donation. Y'all remember this that will keep her in the position where she can continue to do God's work. If there's no
Mhm.
donations, she can't even get out and broadcast. She can't put flyers out. She don't even have the gas money to drive all over the country or wherever she's got to go.
But I will.
She will.
Mhm.
But people say, "Well, money ain't everything." No, money is not everything, but it's sure important in being able to do the things that you need to do, especially for God. And God gonna line you up
Right.
with that money.
And also, Eleanor, whenever you have a nonprofit, you can't run it solo.
That's it.
I can be a founder and CEO all day. I've done that, okay? But we need a president, vice president. I
Yes.
don't have to run this,
There you
you
go.
know, but I would like to put into other women that will be a part of the board, be a part of the organization, give your time and your talent
Mhm.
so that we can help others. No man is an island, and I'm
Amen.
definitely not. I'm that diamond. I'm that pink
See
diamond,
that diamond in
but
the
I'm
rough.
not an island. So I need your help as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, and on that note, um, when you birth something, and you all know I birthed a whole lot of stuff. I birthed my babies, I birthed my practice, and I birthed a dental school, and just a whole bunch of stuff I have birthed. And sometimes when we birth something, when it comes from God, and you birth it out of you, you want to hold on to it so that the ideals and the the things that you want, the principles that you have applied to make that work come to reality, you wanna make sure it doesn't get destroyed. You wanna make sure the right people are there carrying on your absence,
Mhm,
and sometimes we hold on to that we birthed
mhm.
just because we haven't found the right
The
people.
right people.
So my prayer now is, "God, you've given me the vision to do a lot of stuff. Now, God, you
Mhm.
know I can't do all this. I'm
Cannot.
50-something years old.
Mm.
My mind at some point in time ain't gonna even remember half the stuff. I gotta carry books around and computers around, you know. So God, yeah, book, grant me the people that
Mhm.
you want, not that I want. 'Cause sometimes we got friends and we want our friends. No, no, no,
Mhm.
no. Don't grant me what I want to
Mhm.
be around me in this
Mhm.
organization that you created, Lord.
Mhm.
Grant me the right people to be around me to protect what it is that you've given me
Mhm.
the authority to be over in your
Mhm.
name,
Your name.
so that it'll always be there.
Right.
So that's my prayer. Lord, send the right people to me. Surround me with the right people. Open up my eyes when there are, I'm blindsided.
Mhm.
I don't know this person. I think they're goody two shoe and I think they love me, but they don't. Open my eyes. Let me see something. Give me wisdom, Lord, and discernment
Mm.
so that I can separate
Mhm.
the people that I need to pull close to me and the people I need to
That'll
gently
be
push away from,
that's right.
because I want your will to go forward. It ain't my will,
Mm.
it's your will. So protect that will.
The right partnership.
Protect the
The
will. That's
right
all I ask you to do.
partnership.
Protect
Yeah.
your stuff. This
Right.
radio station, this building, the event hall, the civic center, the the thrift store that we have out here, the computer center room that we have thanks to EPP. Thank you, Lord. The the, uh, the dental angel clinic out here, uh, the men that have fought for this country now are part of Autumn Park Development Corporation. They have a facility located in here. Their building is located in here with us. Bless them abundantly.
Mm. Yes,
I'm
Lord.
saying that right now.
Right now.
Bless
Yes,
them
Lord.
abundantly,
Mm.
Lord. Mr. Mitchell, the president, bless him and all of those that are part of his administration and
Mhm.
all of those that are members.
Mhm.
Bless them. Why, Lord? Because they are now part of your will. They're down the hallway in their own room.
Mm.
Their flag is already in their window.
Mm,
So bless them, Lord, so that they can continue to do your will and that they will be a blessing to all the people that they serve. Because when we are all working together doing our different little things, here with the breast cancer
mhm,
today, tomorrow maybe somebody talking about, I don't know, maybe talking about asthma. I don't know. But when we all are working together,
mhm,
guess what, Lord? It works out. It works out to your glory.
mhm.
So I thank you for coming on
Thank you
today.
for allowing me
Is
to.
there is there a way that people can contact you if they're
Um,
interested in helping and they want to be a part of your organization?
right now, my email, none of that is up right now. I have those things, but I have to reactivate them, and I'll be doing that in this week coming up and the weeks to come. So I'll be working vigorously for that. But right now, 423-647-3462.
Okay, we got to put that on the screen up there. Um, and you can always put that number back up there so people can see that. Because this program will be stored in our archives, and people can watch this forever and ever and ever and ever. They go back and find this show, and we want to make sure that they can look at this show and see that information on the screen. So can you give that number one more time on how they can contact you right now to your website and all that is back up?
So that is 423-647-3462. And while I'm here, again, I'm gonna always be a part of Sisters Network, the national chapter in Houston, Texas. That's our home base, and it started there, and it'll always be there. And I give all the praise and all shouts out to Karen Jackson. I can't wait till y'all see her. But on April the 29th of this year, Sisters Network, the national chapter, and I've been to these walks, as I've stated before, will have um, it's a Stop the Silence walk.
Mm,
Um, and it's a Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. I would like to take a group. I've been trying for years and years and years, but we're gonna do it this year. Whether it's just me and you, and of course, just sing,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
or we take a bus, or we fly. Now,
Hmm.
typically, how Sisters Network do, they fly us. When we have the conferences and all, we
Hmm.
fly in and we fly out.
Okay.
Um, some of the chapters do take a bus in. Just figure Chattanooga to Houston, that's a long ride.
Oh, that's
It
too
can
long.
be done, but
Back will
I'll
be
be up in
hurting.
the air. I'll go up and come back in the air,
Yeah.
and I'll meet you all there. But let's do this. Let's get some teams here from Chattanooga. Let's register now. You go to sistersnetwork.com and you can sign up for that walk now. Whether I'm a part of it or not, I encourage any woman of any
Hmm.
race, any man of any race, you lost a family member, a loved one, a friend. Let's get and support one another
Hmm.
on a local level and a national level. So this is Network Inc. in Houston, Texas, and that's stopthesilencewalk.org. O-R-G.
All right. Now, you all, you can still call in uh, throughout the week. Excuse me, at area code 423-713-7614. And make sure you go to our website,
Please,
uh, A- apdc98.org, and make your contribution. Excuse me. Got tickled. No matter how big or small your contribution is, those funds are used to operate this facility. We have lights, water. Y'all know we got 48,000 square feet. What our sewage bill is, right? Because they say they use the square footage to determine what the sewage bill is. So you all know we have those bills and our taxes for the facility. We didn't get all paying our own taxes, but we did get some abatement on it because we're a nonprofit. So you all do those things to help us. And when people have their events here, our prices can't be matched. That's because we're nonprofit and we're not here to make a profit. But there are some times that we do make a little extra from the
mhm,
events, and we
mhm,
use that and apply it toward our bills and taxes and things of that
So,
nature.
I can't leave without mentioning Kieran and Kieran, my twins,
Oh yeah.
Scott. Um, they're here outside of where we are,
Yes.
and they wanted me to mention that. So you guys, I love those twins. I have 16 grandchildren and great-grand all together.
Wow.
But Kieran and Kieran wanted me to give a shout out, and I love you guys.
All righty, they are here. And I would be remiss if that I didn't tell you all that not only two, I don't have 16 like you, but bless you, but I have two grandbabies
They're gorgeous.
and they are here. Thank you
Mhm,
so much.
mhm.
Nairobi Jeffries, who's two, and Ravina Jeffries, who's one. They are in the studio, in the audience out there. And I want to I got to thank the commissioners
Team, right.
again
Thank
because
you.
this was one big room the last
Right,
time you
it
came.
was, it
But
was.
now you all, we are in a booth.
Mhm,
And the audience is out there. They can look in through our window and see what we're doing. They can hear us out there.
mhm.
We have a monitor out there that we can turn on for them to actually listen to the radio shows. Um, so again, we want to thank our commissioners and definitely our developers for coming in
Yeah.
and encasing this part in because
Mhm,
the people, our talk show hosts and Dr. Woods, the people come in, we're in one big room together. It's so annoying and distracting. We're gonna have to encase us in a room so that we can have that privacy,
mhm,
right? And so we did that. And so I thank our construction people for
mhm.
coming in and setting these barriers up. It says absolutely beautiful,
It
isn't it?
is gorgeous. And you know what? I have not talked to him in a while, but Tony Boston has been in your corner,
Oh,
and I love
absolutely.
to give shouts out to Tony Boston. Um,
Absolutely.
that's a young
Yes.
man that, Tony will talk, but I love to hear him because
Yes.
he has a lot to say. He's gonna say what is here, you
Right.
know? So I'm so glad he has been here
Oh,
for you.
he's one of our well, we call him celebrity talk show host,
Celebrity talk show
Tony
host.
Boston,
Right.
with Chattanooga and Chattanooga team. And he was our host for our gala this past
He's
December.
very inspiring,
Very.
inspiring, and Miss Anita, the pink eyes that interrupt and showing up, that showing up, you're gonna always be in that corner because that's a
Yes.
young man that's going somewhere. You
Yes.
could talk about it. He's gonna be about
It's gonna be
it. All
about it.
right.
And when I ran for mayor, this last time,
He was
he was
phenomenal
he was phenomenal.
right there.
He had his shows on, his podcast on. He said
Mhm.
every rumor that was out there that was wrong, he cast all that stuff
Mhm.
and put it in the grave. And I love him for that. And that's why when he came to me for some things that he needed for me to do
Mhm.
business wise for
Mhm.
him with his new company,
Mhm.
funding company, I did not hesitate to go all the way, wherever I
Awesome.
had to go,
Awesome.
to make sure that they did right by him
Right.
so
Right.
that he can have an opportunity to be where he is today.
And he's helping others.
And he's helping
He's helping
so many
others.
people. So, Tony, I know that you're
Shouts
out
out to you,
there and you're
Tony.
listening to us. We love
We
you.
do.
And these are two queens that's in your corner. I
That's
know you
correct.
got a lot of folks in your corner, but these are
Right.
two queens that are in your corner, and we
That's
love you
right.
for all that you do.
Thank you.
And keep on being, keep on keeping things real, and keeping us up on the community tea. That's the community gossip of what's going on. And I did not get to talk about the Memphis, um, Lord have mercy,
Right. The latest,
the
killing.
hideous crime, the inhumane crime
Very inhumane.
that was acted upon by 5 police officers on
Mhm.
this young African American
Mhm.
male. We're going to bring some experts on to talk about that. Excuse me.
And you know one guy I would love to hear, have you ever heard of Leon Span?
Yes,
He is,
he's retired
he's re
from the sheriff
right,
department.
and, I looked to this morning at, Judge Webb,
Hmm.
and to know that they are upset, to
Yes,
know
everybody should be
right,
upset.
right. So, if those business professionals in the fields that they had,
Hmm.
you know, can come together and talk about it and let you know and share that they're upset, I would like to hear them.
I'm gonna have
Uh,
a panel of different people, black
mhm,
and white, on
mhm,
this radio station,
mhm,
and it was just two. soon to bring them on for today
Right.
because they just released a video, I think
Just released it.
yesterday.
Terrific.
So next week, if God be willing, I will have some professionals to get their side of it. Now, to my people, when I say my people, I'm talking about black people now.
Mhm,
To my people, you all know we act a fool when white officers
mhm.
assault our people and kill them like that.
Right, right.
I heard them say, y'all, don't get out of the streets and start riding in Memphis. No, we do not want you to ride in Memphis.
At
But the
all.
same punishments that we have asked for centuries
Right.
when our people have been murdered,
Mhm.
um, beaten, we want the same type of response.
Same.
Just because they're black
Doesn't
don't
matter.
mean nothing.
Nothing.
It don't matter if you're black, if you're white, doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
If you do something of this nature, and I know they say, well, they gotta have their day in court. Yes, they do. But Memphis know Memphis folks. They fired them on the spot. They didn't wait.
Mhm.
So they didn't wait for a trial.
Right,
They fired them instantly.
right.
So they knew they had to do that because Memphis folks, the water's different in
Don't play.
Memphis.
Oh, what
Memphis water's different. It's not the
very
same type of
different.
water in
Very
Chattanooga.
different. Very different from New York. And the strange thing about it, New York, they're tearing New York up, or they did a little bit. Some of the
Over
people
this incident that happened
they
in Memphis.
did some of the police cars, but Memphis was so peaceful.
Yeah.
Let's have that same energy here,
Yes. Let's
okay?
take that energy of destruction and
Mhm.
use that to do something productive. And, let us continue to pray for
Right.
those good officers who are out there every day,
Mhm. Every
who
day.
put their life on the line. When they leave, they never know if they're going to go back home to their family or not when they
Mm-mm.
leave.
Never.
We still and will always have faith in the men in blue. It's always that 1% of the people in the profession. We call
Mhm.
them monkeys. They're gonna act a monkey. And they can ruin it for everybody, but we are a sound mind body that we know that 1% of a profession cannot make the whole profession look bad.
Right.
We're gonna deal with that
Mhm.
1% and punish them accordingly and keep
Mhm.
right on going. So I am in favor of continuing to support
Mhm.
the men in blue. Why? Because as I said in my campaign when I was running for mayor, if somebody breaking my house or somebody's doing something to me,
Mhm.
am I gonna call the Ghostbuster? Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters?
You're gonna be the very
You gonna
first
pick
ones
up
I
that
call.
phone and you
Right.
gonna call
Mhm.
911. So we need our officers in blue.
And we know so many.
Yes,
There are good guys.
we
We know
we
so many.
99% of them are
Mhm.
great
Mhm.
people. And we can't let that 1% cast a shadow, a great cloud over the
Mhm.
whole profession. So I believe in the men in blue, but I also believe that 1% need to be held accountable for their bad actions when it
Mhm.
happens.
Absolutely.
Don't matter if you're black or white.
Right.
Don't matter. I don't like them covering up for white folks when they do
Mm-mm.
something.
Mm-mm.
There's a lot of white folks that get mistreated too on the street. They
Mhm.
get beat, but you don't never hear about it. Because for some reason, I learned when I was the president of the NAACP for 2 terms, white people don't think they have civil rights like black people. They
But
got
they do.
civil rights,
They do.
and I ran into more white people that needed my help. So for you white folks, my brothers and my sisters who are out there, and you're mistreated, and your civil rights have been violated, you need to make a complaint too. Just because they're white and you white don't mean nothing.
You're a human being.
You know, look up Civil Rights Act.
Mhm.
Look it up, study it, my
Mhm.
white friends, and know your rights, not
Mhm.
just with the police department, but with housing, employment, and all these
Exactly.
other areas that we don't like to talk about. Your rights as a person to exist in any kind of form, shape, or fashion you want to, you know.
Mhm.
So what I'm saying to everyone out there is that
All
me being in a position as a civil rights activist, and I'm
right.
still a civil rights activist,
Right.
I will come to your defense if you need. I have never, ever came to the defense of somebody who I knew, and the evidence pointed to the fact, whether they was black or white. I would never stand up in the courtroom and defend them if they was wrong.
Mhm.
Don't matter. Don't come to me and you're wrong. Don't say they fired you off your job because you were black, and then I look at your records. Well, you know you were late 30 times.
Mhm.
You know you're habitually late. You know they were supposed to fire you a long time ago. Get on out of here.
Mhm.
Make sure your claim is legitimate. Don't ask people to help you when you've done something wrong.
Mhm.
That's what I tell my children. You know, two of them work for me. And one department in my office, I have a manager, and he manages one of my kids.
Mhm.
So there's a separation there.
Right.
And
Definitely.
right, and we had to hire another person because it's just so busy to help my child with what part of the laboratory he does. And so my son, I noticed a couple of times he was like 5 minutes late for work. I said, "Come here, son, let me talk to you." I said, "You know that young lady that they just hired 2 weeks ago?" "Yes, ma'am." That's gonna be your replacement. Keep on being late.
Mhm.
And when they come to me and say they let you go because of tardiness or whatever, I'm not gonna defend you.
Mhm.
You're my child. I hired you. I got you, you know? But I'm not gonna stand up and support my own children
Mhm. And be
if they're
wrong.
wrong
Mhm.
because I have integrity.
Mhm.
You have integrity.
Mhm.
We have principle, morals, ethics. We were brought up to be that way. So when our kids are doing something wrong, don't let them embarrass you.
Mhm.
When people come to me about civil rights and they want me to file a lawsuit, I'm not gonna let them embarrass me. Child, son, dad, you're wrong.
Mhm.
So find your lawyer to defend you because I can't with good conscience do that.
Mhm.
So they can say I'm hard, whatever, but that's just the way I was brought up. I'm in the church, the Bible, the truth divides like a sword.
It divides.
And it cuts coming and going.
Mhm.
And so you cannot mix a lie with the truth
Mhm.
because the truth will prevail. It's gonna come out.
Mhm.
It's gonna come out.
Mhm. Win every time.
So don't think you're
Win.
gonna do something wrong and think you're gonna, slide under the eyes of most people and get away with it. Oh, oh, you still have your job? Okay, but your child got cancer. No pun intended. Or your
No.
husband died
Right.
in a tragic car accident.
Mhm.
You lost your job, you know, you're hungry. Whatever. There's so many different ways that they say karma can come to you. That's okay. That's okay. That's good. That karma can come to you. That when you do something wrong, God says there are consequences
They are.
to your sin, and you're going to reap what you sow.
We gotta do better
We gotta
about
do better,
make
y'all.
better choices.
So, with that being said, I think I can end this session, y'all. You all have been a blessing to
Thank
me.
you.
Anita, I love you, my sister,
You know I love you.
my queen. And it's
Yeah.
so good to see you looking great.
Mhm. Thank you.
I always expect you to look great. I've never seen an Asian look bad, y'all. Well,
Well,
maybe one time she'll probably see me sometimes look bad, but 99% of the time she got it together. And she's just a pretty woman. When she says she's turned 65, I'm like, ooh,
mm,
ooh, I got about 10 more years. And so, well, let me make sure I ain't getting no wrinkles.
mm.
She ain't got no wrinkles. She's so
Oh
good.
God, Lord.
Skin is just so beautiful. And that's how we want to be. When we get 65, 70, I saw a lady in my office. She was 88 years old and had a little dimples, no wrinkles. She still cared about the way her hair. She had just went to the hair place, got her hair cut. She had a new outfit. She was smelling good. She had a pearl necklace on, a period. 88
Mm,
and talking sharp.
mm.
And I thought, that's the way I want to be. Still at the right mind.
Me too.
So y'all, it's been so nice.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget, join us on our Facebook page, WPTP 100.1 FM radio, and share and like all of our stories. And don't forget You can make a contribution to all the partner development corporations. We're the only African American based 501c3 nonprofit community development corporation. They ain't giving no more CDCs out. We had many, they all went under, but we the last of the Mohicans left. So support this.
Yes,
Whether
please.
you black or white,
Right.
Hispanic, Asian, support this because we got something for everybody here.
Mhm.
God's made it that way. God made it that way. So we love you. Tomorrow is Sunday. I always tell you, make your way to your church. They've got virtual now. You can look at it at home, your bed, or your living room. But if you don't have a church home, you can always come out to Greater Emmanuel Apostolic Church, located at 400 Tunnel Boulevard, where my Pastor Paul Warfield Jr. is the pastor. And I know
Or
she got a church that she, and I love your pastor
I
too.
love
I
my
love
pastor.
Kevin
I have
Wallace.
2 pastors,
Yes.
Pastor Devin and Kevin Wallace at RTTN in Chattanooga. We're in Athens, we're in Cleveland, and we're global. Visit us daily.
All
Thank
right,
you.
y'all. They got a magnificent church. I loved it there.
So do you all.
I
Yeah.
thank you so much. And peace and blessings on all
Yes.
of you.
Pink eyes.
You guys,
No
yes.
matter what.
I got my hat on. I got my hat on, y'all. I'm ready.
Demonstrate.
Yes, thank y'all so
Thank
much.
you.
Be blessed.
Thank you.
Until next Saturday, I'll see you then.
See you again.